Hello! Now I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today because I have this tin can robot kit here. Now this is a bit interesting, but because it fits perfectly with my line of interest because, as you may know, I love robots and I love Wall-E, so a recycled robot is perfect for me. So I've never done something like this before, so let's see how this goes. First let's open it up. Yeah, so on the back, it shows you that all it comes with are really just the extra parts. The actual tin can that you need, you're required to recycle one of your own. So I'll bring that up when it comes. Oh. There we go, that's it. Yeah, so it doesn't actually come with that much because all you're going to be really doing is assembling it around the tin can of your choice. That's just the warning manual. And here's the actual manual. They're very technical. As you can see here, it has some actual manufactured parts, and then they actually come with some recycled stuff. These are bendy straws right here, and those are used as the robot's arms. So this is a very interesting array of materials here, because it comes with, yeah, like I said, some this actual wires and a real battery compartment. These are just googly eyes. So your goal is to attach the whole thing together. So here's my can. I got a Coke Zero can for this because I like how gold it is on the top. I thought that would make a cool looking robot. Okay, let's see. The first step is to attach the battery compartment. Okay, look at the body plate. On the side are two metal eyelets. Oh, it's a little complicated. Slot the two body rings to the side. Their pegs go into holes which are about 2 centimeters from either end of the plate. Fix each ring with a screw inserted from the other side of the body plate. So this is the body plate. Check. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're all coordinated here. It says what each thing is. I wonder how it's gonna work in terms of actual assembly because they can't expect you to have a soldering kit to attach the wires, can they? There. Now turn the body plate over so that it stands on the rings, which the motor and gear housing nearest to you. Yeah, I guess this is right. The battery case fits on the flat area of the plate furthest to you, with a switch nearest the gear housing. First, gently thread the wires through the two smaller square holes in the body plate. The black wire goes to the right hand and the red wire. Yeah. Lower the battery case onto the body plate. Oh, that's what I'm a little ahead. I already did that. Be careful not to trap the wires between the battery case and the body plate. Fix the battery case and place the two screws through its base. Do not put the battery in the case yet. Yeah, you don't want to attach it because if you touch the wires, it's going to zap you. There, now it doesn't say what screws you need for this. Oh, there, I figured it out. You actually do use the shorter screws on this. The instructions are a little bit misleading. It seems like it's making it look like the only screws there are the long ones, and only short screws go with the bolts and nuts. But But you have to determine, based on the battery compartment, which screws you're going to use. So there, now that's fully attached, and that looks good. There, the next step is the motor and axle. Now it looks like they already did this step for us, because it says to put the motor in here, but look, the motor is already fully attached in there. So what we're really going to be focusing on is the wheels. Now this is sort of a weird setup, because it's going to wobble a little bit, but I guess it's part of the fun and the style of it. Yeah, so we will need to take this out and put the axle in the axle housing, though. There, I guess that's it. It fits pretty nicely in there. They don't tell you which type of screws to use, so I'm gonna try using the long one. See if this will fit in. It's very magnetized. No, this is not the right type of screw. Yeah, the plate was misleading because it's really long. It looks like a long screw would fit in it, but it actually doesn't. Yeah, I think the reason we were stumbling on this at the beginning was because it's very different from my other building sets. The other ones are more exact and precise, but this one, you really have to experiment for yourself and think about what you're doing to attach it. But I guess that makes it more of a challenge, though, so I like it. There, now the motor system's fully attached. There. They also talk about putting the cams on the axle, and these rounded things that are sort of wheels but not exactly, they're called the cams. But again, they already did the step for us. So let's go on to the next step, which is connect the wires. You need to connect the wires from the battery to the wires from the motor. Push the red wire from the motor and the black wire from the battery case into one of the metal eyelets. Oh, so that's how we're going to be connecting it. There. Now they're all technically connected. So if we turn this on, it should work already. Okay, now we need a terminal cap from the eyelets. Here we go. Now this will keep us together. These little, they're really little transparent screw-looking things that will really hold it together. There, now this is secure. The wire's a little bit exposed, but I'm sure this part will be concealed because if you look at the picture of this right here, then the wires are sort of blocked off by the can, so you won't get hurt by it. So that's pretty secure. We have the motor thing down. Now we have to complete the body rings, which is the next step. And these are the body rings because they fit perfectly onto any standard tin can. And that's really what's holding the body in there. I guess your robot could technically function without it, but without the tin can holding the body in there, but what's the fun in that? The whole point of this project is to be a recycling project and a robotics project, which again, I love both of those. Okay, take a body ring and position it over the body ring that is attached out of the motor case at the end of the body plate. Align the holes in the two rings, and insert the 2 bolts in the holes. Put nuts on the bolts and tighten them. So this time we'll need the nuts and bolts. Yeah, the 4 body rings are pretty much exactly the same, but they fit in here pretty nicely even without the screws. But you need screws anyway to attach them. This is very satisfying how this all goes together, because using parts from the other things to attach it together like that. Oh, they skipped over a step. Apparently you still need to screw it in from inside the axle, so I'll need to disassemble that. So let me do that for a second. There we go. I fixed it. I had to unscrew this entire motor to be able to put this in because the screw hole is underneath the axle here. So I had to unscrew the entire battery compartment. And the fact that it's messed with your head is actually good because, again, it gets you to think outside the box and really challenges your creative thinking. And this drawing looks complicated, but if you just read the instructions, it really walks you through it. Again, but you still have to use your creative thinking while doing this. Okay, next I guess we're going to actually put the can inside here and attach it with the other ringlets. Oh, according to this, we need a straw attachment for the arms. So before I put this on, I need to put a slight little attachment between it so we can actually attach the straw arms. So it's not going to be attached to the actual can, so I guess you can swap out the can whenever you want. Yeah, bendy straws and the 2 straw attachments. For this one, I think we'll need screws that are a little bit longer. There, we'll need a bolt for this one. It's too hard to hold the can in there while I'm doing that, so I'll have to put it in afterwards. There. Now a second straw arm. Again, they don't tell you what type of screws to use. You have to figure that out on your own. There we go. Now that's secure, even though it's not fully done yet. So putting in this last one should be easier. So it's the same thing, but except we're not using the straw arms in the bottom one. Yeah, the bottom one's gonna go a little bit tighter since they're not using any of their length to hold up the straw arms, but that looks pretty good now. Look at that. It's almost done. Now it says, next we're onto the legs, arms, and eyes. First, push the long leg onto the peg under the battery case and secure it with a screw. Let's see what this means. Oh, here's a long leg. I guess this is so it stops wobbling and it stands up better. So let's see where they want us to put this. I wonder why it's called a leg if it's at the top then. That's weird. I might need to slip the can out to be able to access this screw. There. That was hard to get on, but now it's on nice and tight. So now push the short leg. This is the short leg then. But I'm still not sure why they're called legs. Wait, I think I just figured it out. This robot is sort of a 2-in-1 because you see there's an upright version and there's a downright version. So these become legs if you put it on its side like that. So it can either be a sideways robot or a vertical upright robot. So that's why they're called legs. They're not really used when it's in the upright position. Push the short leg onto the peg outside the body ring nearest the axle, and secure with a screw. Oh, here we go. We're actually putting it on top of the ring here. The ring for the soda. This went on nicer than the other one. But now they're both secure, and this step is done. Okay, now we're getting to the bendy straws. I was excited for this part. It says push a bendy straw onto each straw attachment on the body ring. Push a gripper hand on the other end. So, I'm not sure which end to use. I think I'll extend the arms like that and push it on like this. Satisfying. These are really long arms though, so I guess they're expecting you can cut it if you want. Well, here they are. I guess the arms are entirely cosmetic, but entirely fun. Look at that. I may need to cut this because if you look at my picture, that's much shorter. So I'll see how it runs first with these ultra long arms, and if needed, I'll cut them off. So now, step 14. This might be the last one, but I'm not sure. It says place a ring on one end of a wire place a ring on one end of a wire into a peg on one eye base plate. Attach the wire to the eye base plate with a screw. Repeat for the other eye. Peel off the cover sheet at the back of the moving eyes and attach them to the eye plates. Using screws, attach the other ends of the wires to the pegs on the end of the body plate near the battery case. Bend the wire to achieve the shape you like. If you like to make spirals, wind the wires around the pen as illustrated, then slide the pen out. Okay, so you have a lot of creative license with the eyes here, since they're also entirely cosmetic. Yeah, I guess I can use a screwdriver for the curling effect. There's one eye. That's nice and secure now. This is going to be a challenge to get the other one on, though. I kind of have to bend these wires to get them the proper shape I want. There, I guess now it's time to peel these off. There's just a sticker that the googly eye goes on. Now the other one. Here we go. There, now the real last step, this is actually the real last step for the actual build, because after this all we need to do is put the batteries in and try it out. There we go. Look at that. This is pretty funny. So the tin can is actually not required, but it makes for a good body and a good reason to recycle. So their final assembly, there is one more step, and I guess it's just the battery cover. So now we're supposed to slide an empty, clean tin can, and you might need to loosen the nuts on the rings to get the cannon and tighten again afterwards. But from what I have here, it's already pretty tight with what with the settings I attached it with. So yeah, that's what it looks like in the end. This is a done product. Now let me go get the battery, and we can test it out. Okay. Oh! Oh, it's already working. And the switch must have been left on when it was in the package. Now let me just put on the battery cover. You insert a AA battery into the battery case. The negative terminal, they teach you which terminal the battery goes against. And if the motor runs, flick switch turn off, then attach the battery case cover with a screw. Also, I think I mentioned this in my Micronoid Titan build video, but I really like transparent themes when it comes to building things. Because that way you get to see the inner workings that you yourself created. And I just think it's very satisfying. There we go. Congratulations, your tin can robot is now complete. Stand your tin can robot on end and switch on the motor. The robot will walk along, wobbling from side to side, making a buzzing noise. You can create different walking movements by adjusting the angles of the cams to each other. Yeah, these are the cams, and if you adjust the angle, then it will wobble differently, or you can make it simultaneous, so it'll just go up and down, sort of like a swimming dolphin, I guess. So robotic monster, you can make the robotic walk horizontally too. Remove tin cans, swap the wires to change the direction. That's neat. Like you'd actually have to disassemble it and take out the wires and basically cross wire it to make it go motor turn the opposite direction. So let's see what happens when it turns on. There, look at that. Now it's walking backwards. It's walking backwards because currently it is in the mode for the horizontal robot. So look, see? Now look, it's going forwards. So that is really cool. So if you cross the wires, then it will be able to. If you cross the wires, then it will be able to stand up and move forward this way. But currently, the wires are crossed in a way that it's designed for the horizontal walking mode, and not the vertical walking mode. That is pretty funny. Okay, so that's the tin can robot right there. I think the arms actually make it more fun like this. So yeah, I think this is a really great project for about recycling and about just basic electronics. Very basic electronics at that, but still, it's very fun. It did get complicated at points, but I think that's part of the challenge, and I enjoyed it. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more amazing videos by Always Brilliant Confetti.